Right, hello my lovely people. Thought I'd give you a quick show of some incoming goodies. Yeah, I'll start with these two because these were just buys from Amazon, so nothing spectacular. I've been after some more variegated threads. These were £11 I think on Amazon, and they're all anchor and stranded cottons because I'm doing my octopus and I need a lot of different colours. I have got quite a few, but some of my variegateds are almost too variegated, if that makes any sense. So I wanted like reds and pinks and purples and yellows, just those colours, not 100 others. It probably doesn't make any sense, but if you've seen some of my variegated threads, they are very variegated. So I got those in the stash the way they went. Now I got this. There was various types of these. I want to get better at quilting, but I need the inspiration and I need to do just little bits just to I don't know, what would I say, just to inspire me, just to get me into it, because I thought, well, if there's small bits and they turn out all right, I can turn them into other things or make a quilt one day. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I picked up one of these, and obviously it's not it's not dated in the year, but there's 365 squares here, most of which turn out as 12 by 12. So I'm not going to show you them all, obviously. I mean, this is a bigger one, 18 by 18, but yeah, I think I can use these. Maybe I'll just pick the 12 by 12s, but I don't know. No, I'm just going to keep making them as they describe them, basically. But they're 365 blocks in there. That's a lot of blocks. It's a chunky monkey. But the nice thing is that it has got a stand, so you can flip you can flip through them, basically. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just literally once I don't know, however often I can get around to doing it, is just flip the page and just work from back to front. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So that'll be my first one. It looks very complicated actually, but we'll give it a go. But the nice thing is it gives you all the marks, sizes and etc etc. Yeah, and I should be able to work out how to put it together. Anyway, I might be calling on you more experienced stitchers, but yeah, I kept seeing them. They kept popping up on Pinterest and all sorts of places. And I thought, right, I think that's something that I want to do. I can't remember how much this was. It was either £14 or £16. I can't remember. But I figure if it's going to last me a whole year, probably two, that's fine. So yeah, so I got those two, as I say, from Amazon. These are going to help tremendously with my my octopus. Yeah, definitely. Right, so that's those two. Now, yesterday, which was Sunday, my daughter, we went for a lovely walk down the beach with Mr. Hades, and then she said, oh, I want to go into Exeter, because she needed some new clothes and stuff, and there's a huge Primark in Exeter. So I thought, well, if you're going in, I'll come with you. So I did. Now, the other reason I wanted to go in, I'll start with these actually. There's a store opened up called Søstrene Grene. I can't remember what, are they Swedish? I can't remember. They got some weird stuff in there, to say the least, and all the pricing is very odd. But yeah, so these beads were 92p because I haven't got any small white seed beads, so I got rid of so many of my beads and now I'm cursing myself. But anyway, so I picked these up for 92p, and there's thousands in there. I dread to think how many's in there, to be honest. Yeah, so anyway, pick those up, and again in Søstrene Grene, as you can see there. It's a fairly new shop, so I just thought I'd have a wander, so I did. I picked up this triangular pencil. It doesn't say whether it's, I don't think it is water reactive, but it's got all the different colours. I think it's quite cute. I haven't charmed it yet, as you can see. If that won't make a mark on the end there. Yeah, it's going to be fun to play with. It's a rainbow pencil. Let me show you. When it's sharpened, it will be better. Isn't that cool? I think that's fun, just for me, just for fun. I think that was 69p. They had loads actually, these triangular ones in like solid colours. I think they were all the same price. But anyway, yeah, so I need to get them sharpened that. But yeah, I just thought that was fun. I need some wire. Again, this was £2.28 and there's 38 meters on there and it's 0.5 millimeter, but that didn't mean anything to me, but I just unfurled the end here and I thought, yeah, that's the ones that'll hold the shape. So they had it in gold and silver, but it's, you know, quite nicely just sort of put on there basically. So why not? There was so much in the shop. Some of it was really expensive and some of it was like dead cheap, you know. Crafting section wasn't massive, but it was mostly homeware. And then I picked up these two incredibly thin paintbrushes. I want some detailed ones. You'll see why in a moment. Again, that was Søstrene Grene. And they were £1.84, which I thought was quite a good price. And so it's got all the prices in there. Oh, we're almost the same as euros. Look at that. Yeah, so they look quite nice. They look quite ergonomic, actually. So just chop that. Yeah, I wanted some really thin detail brushes. Yeah, they're going to be quite nice to hold, actually, with the triangular end there. Triangle? Yeah, triangle. Yeah, they're going to be nice. Yeah, so I've got those. So that was all I picked up from there because, you know, quite frankly, I don't need a lot. So that was there. And then Caroline wanted to get a new colouring book. She loves her colouring books, bless her. So we went into the works and they were doing these. I need these for a little project that I'm going to do with you. Little mushrooms and little wooden ones. So this is what I want the detail brushes for because I want to paint mushrooms. So a pack of 4, £1. And I picked up 2 because I thought if I only get 1, I know I'm going to want 2. But yeah, they're quite cute. I'm probably going to use this one on the project that I've got in mind. Whoops. Yeah, so they're quite cute and they're, you know, really nicely made actually. So yeah, need to paint those up. I say I picked up 2 because I knew I don't get into the city very often and I don't think I've seen these in our little one in the town nearby. So I thought just get 2. It's £1, get over it. And then these were £1, but they were reduced to 50p. And again, I'm doing that seascape with the seahorses and everything. Seahorses. Oh my lordy, octopus. I can't get, let me in. And I thought, well, they might be quite nice because you can drill little holes in these. I've got a little drill to actually, you know, use as decoration. And they are textured, so hopefully I can get them painted. Again, that's why I got the really thin brushes. Yeah. And I can use those on my octopus. 50p, you can't go wrong. I mean, come on. What is 50p nowadays? Not a lot. Can't get much for 50p. Unless you go to the car boot, I suppose. But yeah, so if necessary, I can drill holes and turn these kind of into buttons. Yeah, I thought they'd be fun to use anyway. Now, I have shown this next thing already, but I am still totally mystified by this thing that I bought. It'll teach me. It's a typical Temu, but or Temu, I think it's meant to be pronounced. I don't really care, I'll be honest with you. But Temu, I think we mostly called it. Hold on, 2 more to go. Right, now it's gonna. Right, here's the acrylic shape. I'm gonna lay down the fabric because it really reflects on the ring light. Really reflects on it. Now there it is. Right. Okay. Let me. So here's the photo. There's no instructions on Temu at all, but that's what it's meant to look like. All right. I cannot get this to go into that shape. I've cut 2. I thought maybe I need to stitch 2 together. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. I just do not understand, because I know, Sylvia, you said about stitching those two bits together, but they just do not. They do not match up. And what do they do? You know? If anybody out there has had this template, as I say, that is its shape. That's it in the acrylic. Because I thought, oh, it'd be great to be able to cut some pencil cases and stuff like that. So I don't want to lay it down. Well, let me do it. See the ring light. Yeah, I thought it'd be great. Really nice, easy to follow template, blah, blah, blah. Be able to cut hundreds and make hundreds of it. No, it's just not making any blooming sense to me. And even if because I have cut two, thinking maybe that was what the problem was. I've just cut it out of scrap fabric for now. But even that, it just doesn't. So even if you kind of sewed them together and sewed them together, then what? I have, as you can probably see, I have stitched it together before. That just doesn't make sense. It really just does not make sense. And it's got to go that way because, you know, in the picture, they're long, thin. And there's two pictures of them made up. But, see, I don't know what that bit is. Because that would kind of make sense. Because you can see there's a definite squaring of the edge there, so that definitely somehow comes down there. If those two matched widthwise, I would understand it, because you would sew those together and then sew it together there. You'd have your zip at the top and then it would make sense. But it just doesn't. It just doesn't match up, whether it's a badly cut stencil, but when you look on the website, that is exactly the shape that it is. So how the dickens they've got that from that, I do not know. I just can't work it out at all. So before it goes in the bin, I'm going to put it out there to you very amazing people, because you see, it just does not make sense in my head. I don't know why. See, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, well, maybe does that go up there? And that comes down there. That would make sense, but these two are not the same size. Do you see what I mean? This is my dilemma. As I say, if they actually made sense, that stitching to there and that stitching to there would be fine. I could understand that. And then you'd have that all stitched together. Or you put your zip on first, but then that would be your zip top and that would be your bag. But do I just ignore the fact that these don't match up? Do I just stitch them together like that? Maybe I could give that a go, actually, because that kind of makes sense if that stitches along there. See, that kind of matches up. But these don't at all, these two side bits. And it doesn't make a very deep case, but that's fine. No, they're only meant to be for pencils, so yeah, I'm baffled by it. But anyway, so there we are. Any suggestions at all? If you think, you know, I do wonder if that is going to be the answer, and just ignore the fact that these don't. That bit kind of comes down there. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop sitting here mulling about it. So there we are, just a few little goodies. Little fun pencil for Susan to play with in her, you know, old way that she does. And yeah, some little goodies to play with. As I say, this is going to be an upcoming little playtime that we're going to do together. So, right, well, thanks for watching. If you've got any clues about this blinking thing, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you on another one. Bye.